and it's right around the corner from me as well. So
I'm just roll out of bed and just.
I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna roll out of bed, and it's gonna be like the Smash world is gonna be coming to my to my street. And that's something that like makes me feel all fuzzy inside.
The sun has decided to say hello.
Yeah, it decided to bless us with glare on the stream monitor. Oh, no, this is fine. Among the rest of the community, Viram and I were also cutting a rug last night. That was fun. So everybody who enters this room at some point today is going to be feeling quite fragile.
Either due to lack of sleep, having a little bit too much fun out yesterday, or a combination of the two.
Yep.
But we are underway with this set versus between Crispy and UrbanTurban.
Looking like a hand warmer to start with. Crispy, a few little pivots, goes straight into his own advantage. UrbanTurban getting straight back down to the ground, however. Getting his feet back on the ground. Opts to go high. Doesn't. Oh, Crispy trying to catch him overextending at the ledge. But UrbanTurban showing the patience to not get caught reaching.
Crispy so far untouched on this stock until that forward air, but still definitely in the advantage at the moment. Finds his way back to center stage and clips with the back air.
Well, whiffs that F smash, getting punished for it. A rare occasion when you see a Meta Knight get punished for whiffing F smash. It's usually such a quick move. It's one of those moves that's meant to trap you into thinking that it is a massive commitment. But UrbanTurban with the reactions to punish Crispy for thinking he was safe.
Suddenly this is a very, very even game. UrbanTurban doing such a good job maintaining advantage and getting those straight hits.
Oh, this could have been bad for him.
Great patience and shield, but not a hard punish coming out from Crispy. Probably didn't think he had the time to sneak in an F smash, but there it is, the dimensional cape.
He will catch you
reaching.
And
again!
He will catch you reaching with that move. Every time you are doing something other than shielding and what you think is your own advantage state, Crispy is already thinking of how he's going to hit you with that sword in the back of your head.
Great patience. What a beautifully timed spot dodge from Crispy, just waiting out the spot dodge from UrbanTurban and then getting the punish.
Really strong so far from Crispy. However, he does need to be careful. Lucina has a lot of kill power with a well-read F-smash herself.
I like the fade back. Oh, what a trade coming out from Crispy. That was fantastic using the drill rush right there.
So the drill rush is another thing that Crispy really favors using during his own recovery because it is almost like a risk-free way of potentially getting a jank kill on your opponent because you are very often, I've been a victim of it myself, he will push you under the stage or collide with your own recovery. And Crispy looking like he wants a 3-stock right here.
This is a really, really dominant start to this set, but finally sneaking in an up smash to get that first kill is UrbanTurban.
UrbanTurban just getting a strong hitbox out. Any hitbox out needed to get that stock off Crispy right there and then. Otherwise, he was staring down the barrel at a 3-stock. There we go. Charging that F-smash to make him think that he could be punished from the front and then being ready to punish whatever UrbanTurban's punish option was going to be.
Once again, good stuff from UrbanTurban that time. Realizing that he was going to try to go for the dash grab, he jumps away instead. And now he has stage control.
He catches him during like a little bit of micro spacing with that drill rush as well. Like Crispy's burst options have been really on point today.
And right there, that's kind of the next level of the Yomi that we saw from Crispy. We saw him try to go for the up B to catch the jump, but still missing the mark for getting the dimensional cape anyway.
I counted 3 dimensional capes in that set that hit. In that game, sorry. So
2 of them took stocks.
Exactly. And exactly as we were saying beforehand, he seems to, he's one of the few Meta Knights I've seen who sort of bases his neutral around that. And there we see that gimp from Crispy as well. He likes to use that drill rush when he's recovering because if his opponent dares challenge it, he's getting back to the stage. His opponent may not. So going into game 2, that was really strong from Crispy right there. Brushing the sweat off his face, but he looks cool and calm, collects as a cucumber. I like alliteration.
Yeah, Crispy is definitely a player that's come on leaps and bounds ever since, not just the start of this game, but from Smash 4 in general. He's really, really been leveling up as a player.
Absolutely, I can see, and it's very impressive to see the ways that his gameplay is evolving. Like, he's mixing in certain other options into his gameplay, like Dimensional Cape, non-slash at the ledge as a recovery option, as a way to surprise his opponent, catch them off guard, and suddenly regain stage control when he really has no right to. A spot dodge there from Crispy, avoiding the Dancing Blade. Now UrbanTurban's trying to pile on some pressure himself, but does not. Oh, that clank. That clank. Didn't quite work out in UrbanTurban's favor. Wow, trying to put on some pressure of his own. He just has many jumps at his disposal to get away from all of these situations that UrbanTurban's trying to put him in.
As I said though, UrbanTurban having a pretty comfortable lead at the moment. Crispy just hasn't really been able to find the hits that he was finding in game 1.
There we go. UrbanTurban showing a lot more patience this time around, but Crispy with the read on exactly when the button was coming does die off the top to that, and here comes the teabag, trying to get into his head perhaps. Oh, the read was almost there!
Just a little bit too early on it.
The absolute scenes if after that teabagging that had hit.
That would have been fantastic.
Maybe there's a bit of a mental game going on between these two players right now, and it's what I love to see. Feeling each other out in the neutral.
Great forward smash. It's going to be an edge guard potentially. Tries to tornado him, but
I wonder how viable that is against Marcina as a way to beat out Dolphin Slash. Does the lasting hitbox beat it out? Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen those two moves interact. Oh, reminding him that dimensional cape is there.
Coming through with the dash attacks, just charging in, trying to find these openings. Crispy definitely needs to take the stock sooner rather than later. He doesn't want that damage to pile on from UrbanTurban.
Nice tech roll in. UrbanTurban not ready to cover that option. And Crispy seeming a little bit more desperate. This stock manages to get the stock off, however. I was going to say he feels a little bit more desperate in that stock because of just the way the percentages were getting away from him. I really like that option from UrbanTurban. Get off me with the Dolphin Slash.
Yeah, it is intangible incredibly quickly. I believe frame 3 on the ground and frame 1 in the air. These two just kind of having a bit of a good time with each other.
Yeah. UrbanTurban maybe trying to play the mental game with Crispy like a bit too much. He needs to watch out, otherwise it could get away with him.
Tries to use the platform to extend the ladder, unfortunately not able to get the true follow-up.
Wasn't quite in the right percent window there, Verum. Crispy making heavy use of that spot dodge button. There, losing his stock for overextending right there. Gets caught with the up smash, and now he's in his own disadvantage.
Great patience on the ledge, choosing not to get up until that moment where he could find the punish.
Nice parry from Crispy, goes right back into shielding. Didn't quite feel confident in being able to parry UrbanTurban's timing with the rest of the hits of that Dancing Blade.
Crispy once again just having a little bit of trouble finding a real clean, secure hit to try to tack on the damage and eventually take UrbanTurban's stock. But UrbanTurban now off stage, going real deep for that back air.
Really nice stuff to see right there. Bit patience from Crispy, more patience from UrbanTurban in that situation right there. Goes super deep, and going off to try and edge guard Meta Knight is something that is quite difficult. He's got all of these jumps to work with. There we go. Crispy gets caught pressing a directional button at the wrong time, gets launched off stage, and then gets caught pressing no buttons at the wrong time.
If there is a character that can really capitalize on those edge guards, it is Lucina. She can afford to go super deep. She has such good air mobility, nice floaty physics, and such fast, strong aerials that just allow her to challenge so much in the air.
Yeah, and if you get, you're in a mix-up because either you've got to press that jump button, get caught, have your jump red, or you press nothing and have your not jump red.
Yep. It is a very scary situation to be in, particularly in this game where you don't have access to
air dodge.
Yeah.
An
abusable air dodge.
An abusable air dodge, yes. So you need to, but essentially, when you press air dodge, you're reading that your opponent is going to press that one button and then try and recover.
Yep.
If you don't press air dodge, you're reading that your opponent is going to try and scare you a little bit.
Wait for the air dodges.
Yeah. But in there, UrbanTurban with the correct read, and we are going into it. This is 1-1. Set has gone one way, then the other. Lots of mind games going on, and it's what I love to see. Mm-hmm. Lots of teabagging early doors. It's like I had coffee this morning. But damn, it's so early for such disrespect.
Yeah, it's not even midday yet.
I didn't know we were in. I didn't know these were two like of the mind game metagaming players that we would be seeing so early. I maybe expected that from Lucretio if he were here. Well, I suppose that's the power that UrbanTurban stole when he defeated Lucretio.
I guess it was.
Crispy trying to start up some pressure. That shield's looking really juicy. He's working with a Skittle.
Definitely the kind of shield that would be easily poked. And now Crispy just piling on that damage bit by bit.
I feel like Crispy may have been able to capitalize on the weakness in that shield a lot better. Maybe he was trying to just let UrbanTurban run his own shield down to nothing.
Crispy, characteristically a very patient player, tends to not overextend in situations where it seems like he could get a punish, but definitely not really helping in that regard.
Oh, almost catches into the neutral get up.
Oh, catches the jump. Air dodge gone, and another back air will seal that stock. Very, very clean coming out from Crispy.
There we go. Crispy's use of, one thing I want to make comment on is Crispy's use of non-slash dimensional cape as an escape option, and UrbanTurban's reactions to it. UrbanTurban's played around it quite well. Oh, goes to the ledge for safety. He's played around it quite well in that he knows it's probably not worth him trying to punish it. Gets caught! Shielding for too long, and he's going to lose his stock with a shield breaker.
Evening up the game immediately with that shield breaker is UrbanTurban. Good stuff. Tim keeping this incredibly close.
Crispy chasing him down, not overextending too much, and now comes the violence. Now comes the beating. He's getting dragged up. Is he going to get no shuttle loop at the end for Crispy right there?
Yeah, good DI coming out from UrbanTurban, going back to the stage so that he didn't have to worry about the horizontal ladder coming out from MK.
Yeah, that's a very, very scary option that Crispy has at his disposal. Being able to drag you right towards the blast zone and then hit you with a move with very strong base knockback.
Him with the jab. Not a move that you see too often from MK on stage. Sometimes you see it on the ledge. Again, drag down smash.
Now, drag down back airs is something Crispy has. Oh, there comes a shuttle loop from Crispy, reading the no buttons.
That was a superb jump read coming out from Crispy right there. And now he's on a comfortable stock lead.
So, drag down back air from Crispy is something that I feel like is in that man's blood. It's literally in his DNA. It comes as naturally to him as hunting does to a lion. He knows when his opponent isn't going to tech, isn't ready to tech it, sorry.
Alright, wise of Crispy to focus on movement instead of shielding, because shielding at the moment, well, shielding before was the one thing that was actually going to lead to him losing his stock. A shield breaker would have allowed Lucina to get a fully charged punish, but instead Crispy opts to focus on movement to evade rather than defend.
Yep. And UrbanTurban doing very similar. When he found himself getting hit, his shield getting hit, opted to go for the escape option. He's playing quite elusively, despite the fact that he's a stock down. Oh, not being overly aggressive, but that could be what costs him in this set.
Ooh, overextended with that Mark Tornado and losing his second stock. Crispy now with a 95% lead, tries to read a roll in with the forward smash.
One or two good exchanges in UrbanTurban's favor could turn this to his advantage, however.
Great
Nice
parry
from Crispy, wasn't ready with the tech.
Oh, even waited for that punish, but unfortunately doesn't get it, and now the counter forcing Crispy off stage.
Wow, that's really nice from Crispy, really nice from UrbanTurban as well. Knows he just has to respect that dimensional cape slash.
Well, once again, but UrbanTurban makes it safely back.
It's one of those things. I'm not too sure how UrbanTurban knows how he's going to get in here. Reads the neutral get up again. Crispy has been, I feel like, been quite fortunate with that. UrbanTurban feels like he has the momentum right now. Crispy needs to be really careful because a well-timed F smash can take this game away from him, and it is his to lose.
Oh. No tech off of that. Crispy just kept pressing the advantage, kept pressing those buttons, and he was able to take that final stock just about 2-1 to Crispy.
That was nervy from Crispy as well. You could see him. He shook his head right after, sort of shaking the sweat off, shaking the nerves out. And as you see right there, show me that shield breaker. Ooh. Crispy gets caught holding the R button for too long, and lost his stock because of it. Manages to pull through and take that game, but UrbanTurban is far from out. He was making reads and adapting throughout the entirety of that last game, and almost took it out from under Crispy. Crispy needs to be really careful because this guy will get in your head and will hit you with a shield breaker.
Yeah, UrbanTurban is definitely here to play. He has been making really, really good plays throughout this entire set. Of course, we saw in that game too, he was able to come through with a 2-stock finish. Let's see if the counter pick advantage will allow him to potentially reverse the situation that we saw from the previous game. Feels like it's been very back and forth. Crispy winning that game 1 was crucial for him having that counter pick advantage, because if this does go to a game 5, of course it will be on his stage.
Of course. I'm not too sure which... I haven't played him enough in this game, and I'm not sure which stages he prefers for Meta Knight. But here we go. Town and City is one that he's always been quite fond of. Even with the higher blast zone found in this game. Oh wow, the Rago neutral options right there.
Just calling out the dash back with that drill rush.
So one thing I do feel like he does want to be careful of is the Triplats pick, because you've got to land somewhere in this massive threat bubble that Marcina presents. And when you have to land around those platforms, you have to choose whether you're going to air dodge onto the platform or press no buttons and just shield as quickly as possible. And that really opens you up.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, considering that the previous game was, in fact, on Battlefield. Yeah. And that was the game that Crispy was able to win. Oh, good edge guard with the fair. Crispy still maintaining his jumps. Oh, what a read! He was expecting him to drop shield because of shield breaker. Obviously, you'd be fearing that option, and instead goes for the empty jump up smash. Really smart play coming out from UrbanTurban.
And this is where you see this glorious set-wide conditioning happening. He's been making the threat of shield breaker known throughout the first two games of this set, and now that the conditioning is set and Crispy knows to expect it at times, he's exploiting his other options to get kills off of them, and that is one of my favorite things about fighting games.
UrbanTurban lapping Crispy in percent. Oh, great catch on that jump. Doesn't get the F smash, but a really, really good idea coming out from Crispy right there.
He seems not to be exploiting the fact that shield is so raw right now, and he's allowed UrbanTurban to get some of it back. Down air into up smash, not quite enough to take the stock.
Going real deep, but the lower blast zone of Town and City allows Crispy to go super, super low with his recoveries.
And UrbanTurban feels like he has a stock to play with right now. He feels like he's got the liberty to be able to go in super deep and play super aggressively. If he loses this stock, he's still got a massive lead, but I'm not too sure how that didn't connect with that up smash.
Yeah, he was at the absolute max range with that up smash, so he only got the launcher hit, it seems.
Crispy not playing with the slash of Dimensional Cape.
Doesn't get the punish on that air dodge. No punish on that up tilt either. Crispy just wanting to maintain this stock, so he's being a bit tentative, but great catches on those jumps, getting the shuttle loop.
Finally managing to get that stock off, and you could hear somebody in the crowd saying it's all just rage, and I can exploit the fact that he is at very high percent.
Poking with that very, very fast down tilt. Pretty safe, but not safe against that Dolphin slash out of shield. One of the best out of shield options in the game, I would say, and the ledge trump back air taking Crispy second stock.
Yep. Nice, really nice aggressive play that we're seeing from UrbanTurban here. I'm seeing him push his advantage a lot more, make use of this extra stock that he's got to go in with more and more aggressive options to be able to push Crispy to the very limits of what his defensive brain is capable of right now. Crispy trying to feel him out in the neutral, find out where the openings are. Found one with the down tilt. Now he's taking him up. No shuttle loop coming up for Crispy right there.
Still able to maintain advantage, force him off stage with the neutral air. High recovery.
I don't think he had a jump, but that tornado just hit him on the wrong side. If it had sent him left, it would have sent him into a really sticky situation. Fortunately for UrbanTurban, he was going right instead.
Again, these down tilts coming through for Crispy. Not the best DI, it seems, on that forward smash, but still just about surviving.
I've never seen a Meta Knight with so many dares at the ledge. He went super deep, but he's got lots of jumps to play with. The counter being waited out by Crispy, and an F smash coming out, and this game is even. Crispy can take the game right here.
Yeah, great down smash coming out from Crispy. He really definitely wants to take this stock if he wants to seal the set right now, but UrbanTurban definitely going to make it difficult for him. 118%, and the Dancing Blade coming out, taking that game for 2-2 so far in the set.
I feel like Crispy was in that situation where a game has been really intense and you're just not sure what to do. He doesn't know whether that fourth hit of Dancing Blade is going to come out. He just opted to land next to the ledge, got hit with it. Had the option of maybe air dodging in behind him, but then again, air dodging behind your opponent seems like the option that top players cover. However, UrbanTurban just covering that nice little spot in front of him with Dancing Blade 4, taking the game away from Crispy. Is it 2-2 right now?
2-2. Moving into game 5, which stage is Crispy going to want to opt for this time?
The meta between these two players has gone back and forth, and it's something that I've loved to see so far. Neither player allowing themselves to be too shaken by a loss, one way then the other. then back the other, and it's just that the adaptation is so clean. We've seen patient play from Crispy, both patient and hyper-aggressive play from UrbanTurban as well.
I think so far, going into this Game 5, it does feel like UrbanTurban has a little bit more of an advantage. It feels like he's one step ahead at the moment in terms of the overall conditioning of the set. But again, moving on to this Game 5, everything could change. The whole dynamic could very well shift in Crispy's favor if he's able to make the correct reads in the places that he needs to. But Game 5, UrbanTurban versus Crispy, we shall be going to Pokemon Stadium 1.
There we go. And here's that counter pick advantage working out for Crispy. Obviously feels that this is the stage that he has the advantage on. And DSR is in effect at this tournament, I believe.
Yes.
Anyway, UrbanTurban opening up with stage control, very quickly losing it, however. Okay. Dancing around each other in the neutral, spot dodges left, right, and center. Only very, very little pushing, but Crispy now starting off a combo of his own.
Opts not to extend with that up B, doesn't want to stale it, wants to keep it fresh for when it can actually take the stock.
Absolutely. Make it count when you get it. UrbanTurban reading the tech in place and then reading a neutral get up from the ledge. He's got that right about 3 or 4 times throughout this set. It's just Crispy's time that get up just to the point where his invincibility carries him through to safety. Crispy showing absolutely no fear in going down and trying to challenge Dolphin Slash, and that means he's 100% confident in his ability to tech.
Again, the empty jump setup coming out from UrbanTurban, faking out the shield breaker and then just going for a smash attack to take the stock.
Yeah. Crispy will be happy he kept that shuttle loop unstaled at this point, because that's the kind of tool he's really going to need if he's going to take this stock at these kinds of percents. But he needs to find an opening in UrbanTurban first.
Tries to read the jump with that back air. Getting outspaced by Lucina's Falchion. Now just stuck in the corner.
Down smash, getting him out, giving himself stage control. UrbanTurban feeling like in no rush, like he needs to get it back. Oh, he drifts high with that shuttle loop. Maybe if UrbanTurban had dropped right off, he might have been able to capitalize and put Crispy in a really sticky situation right now. But as it feels, UrbanTurban's building up ahead of steam. Gets put off stage himself, however.
Tries to read the jump again. This time UrbanTurban answering by landing down with a forward air.
He's really going deep with these counters as well. I feel like he's got a lot of faith that at some point in this set that counter will be able to stop Crispy's recovery at some point. Definitely knows what he's doing in this matchup so far. He's learned some of it on the fly.
Oh, the drag down, but he had his jump back, and the shield break again. That is going. Oh no! He pushed off the ledge. The back throw. Oh, that is. Oh, UrbanTurban is going to be kicking himself for that. He would have had a 2-stock lead right there, and instead he forfeits that stock way too early.
Yeah, he tried to microspace, push Crispy just a bit too far. Ended up pushing Crispy off the ledge, and Crispy, credit to him, reacted like an absolute bullet. The man's brain is like a BenQ monitor, 2 frames of input lag.
With the up B, good catch on the air dodge to get it that time. Oh, the launch hit not connecting again, but there we go. The up smash successfully hitting its mark. Final stock for Crispy, potentially Crispy's winner's side stock. He needs to make this count.
Crispy putting on some pressure off stage. He's
getting
getting carried.
No, chooses not to go for it, but gets the extra damage from the Jill Rush. Punish on the landing. No, just a trade.
Here we go. UrbanTurban happy to just sit at the ledge, just make his presence felt right there. Lands on the stage, ready with the tech. Crispy unable to follow up, trying to read him with an F smash.
Beautiful DI coming out from UrbanTurban, just avoiding everything possible.
Crispy, aggressive option, out of a juggle situation. A nice cross-up with that back air.
Excellent cross-up.
Putting UrbanTurban off stage. UrbanTurban's elusiveness in these situations has been on point, avoiding this pressure from Crispy so well.
And we see Crispy trying to read those jumps, but he's just a little bit off on the spacing. MK's jump's not that high comparative to Lucina's. Oh, what a down air, and that is huge! Closing this gap spectacularly is Crispy, only 22% deficit, and now we have an even game on the final stock of the final game.
I can't believe it's come this far between these two. It's going right down to the wire. Last stock. It might go to last hit as well, the way things have been going. It's what I expect from these two players right now. The adaptation has been massive between both players. UrbanTurban losing the first game, of course, but he's pulled it back right now. This is his chance to get 2 in a row. quite a percent lead. Oh, went for the read on the neutral get up again. Crispy gave him the jump. UrbanTurban might have been able to react quickly there, and that would have surely been the set. He's being carried. He's read his DI. Is he going to get the shower loop? No.
Not able to catch the platform follow-up. Oh, the Dancing Blade, and that is it! UrbanTurban successfully prevailing over Crispy 3-2.
Letting that last hit of the Dancing Blade rip right there is a big marker on what the metagame has been, because he has gone for that every single time. No mix-up. He's gone for that when Crispy has to land in front of him. There we go. What a way for the set to end. UrbanTurban losing the first game, but finally managing to take 2 in a row to take the set right at the end. I really loved the way that set went back and forth. Really, the kind of smash I love to see.
Excellent play coming out from both players. One thing that was interesting that I noticed from Crispy when he was getting off the ledge, not once did he opt for ledge roll. So that was an option. Despite all the other ones that he went for, that was an option that UrbanTurban throughout that set was not covering at all. Because he didn't feel like he needed to, because Crispy wasn't opting for it. So at the end there, that was a possible option that he could have gone for. Who knows? But then, of course, in those situations, you may have seen that, oh, he hasn't gone for this option this entire set. Maybe he's going to go for it now that he has got his back to the wall, and he needs to go for this. And he might have read that, but it is what it is.
There's the mental game of chess. The no option, the